I'm Randy, the National Couture.
This is Dean Lister.
I'm Stefan Bonner.
This is Canada Spider Grove.
I'm Cara Present. This is Brandon Truth Vera.
Hey, I'm Ariane Celeste.
Yeah, I'm Chuck Liddell, and you're watching MMA Fix. For this installment of the MMA Fix, we're at Warrior Training Center in Las Vegas. My name's Dave Farra, and I'm sitting next to a very sweaty Forrest Griffin. You said this is a clean sweat that you have going on right now.
This is a clean sweat. I showered first thing in the morning and last thing at night. So this is clean. I got all the, bactogens and stuff off. So it's clean. I don't smell.
That's true, actually. I'll verify that. He doesn't actually stink.
When the sweat dries on you, that's when you feel gross. So right now I feel pretty okay.
Can I tell you that I don't really feel that okay sitting this close to you when you're sweating like this?
Wow. That was as bad as I thought it was. Look at your shirt. That's just disgusting.
Just saw you do about 7 rounds. Do you normally train for 7 rounds as you're getting ready for the title shot here in a couple of weeks?
Yeah, I do 7 rounds usually of everything. It's a 5-round fight, so I do 7.
During your training, during one of the rounds here in the ring at Warrior Training Center, there was this big blue monster that was chasing you around the ring. Yeah. Were you envisioning Rampage at the time?
Not really. I was just trying to move my feet and cut angles. But even when I fight Rampage, I won't really be thinking about him.
I mean, you've been training for a long time now. Do you have to think about every motion?
Yeah, I think about most of it. Sometimes it comes on those days, but I think about most of it.
I saw an interview with you and Rampage at UFC Fight Night. Joe Rogan was doing it. And Rampage, it seemed like there was some good-natured jokes in there, but you guys didn't seem like you're best of friends.
It's fight time, And, I got that fight mentality going on, and I suppose he does as well.
Is there more pressure because this is a title fight for you? I mean, do you feel it personally, or is this just another match?
It's a lot of pressure.
How are you preparing mentally?
Oh, I do the same thing I always do. I train hard, so when I walk in the ring, I know I've done my homework, I've done the work, I've done what it takes, and I know I won't quit. The rest is up to whatever, fate. I can beat the crap out of mitts and pads and stuff, yeah. I don't make a lot of mistakes. I was cutting my angles. I do pretty good against things that don't hit back. If Quinton doesn't hit me back, I think I'll be good.
I've seen you, and you do pretty well against things that do hit back also. This is going to be a monumental fight for you.
Monumental. I was just complimenting your word choice.
You were a coach on The Ultimate Fighter. Did you enjoy the coaching experience?
I'm going to be honest with you. I tried to quit.
Did you really?
Yeah, Dana said no. I said, okay. But it wasn't that fun. It kind of sucked.
How far in did you try to quit?
The first day. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding. No, it was like in the middle, man. It's just, I got frustrated. Things are hard. I did not do a good job of having fun at practices. Rampage's practice, they come out laughing, joking. My practices were all serious, like, marching into our death or something. I don't know. I got to lighten it up a little bit.
I don't know. It paid off, though. Your guy, Amir Sadallah, won the Ultimate Fighter 7.
He did. I'm stoked about that. I stayed as detached as I possibly could, To me, there was one fight that mattered, and that's this fight, none of their fights, I helped them as best I could. I told them, my 2 cents. But in the end, I really wanted to just prepare myself for my fight.
The past 3 years for Forrest Griffin, almost everything has changed. I remember when I first moved to Las Vegas, I saw you and Stefan Bonner walking around the MGM, and it was when the Ultimate Fighter 1 had just hit the air, and you were a different guy at that time.
I don't go out. I don't really drink anymore. Just kind of, did it. I had the opportunity to go to those clubs. I saw them. They weren't that cool. Turned out, I was like, oh man, these clubs in Vegas is the best. I'm from Georgia, I've been to college bars where they give you your drinks in a plastic cup. I'm not always as nice to people as I should be as far as a negative thing. I realize that in 5 years you're going to see me at Walmart. Nobody's going to ask for my autograph, and there'll be a little thing where I'm kind of like, man, I wish people would come up and recognize me. I realize that, but right now it's too much. I'm not really that. It's just sometimes you're not on. You don't feel funny. You don't feel whatever. You're tired. You're cranky, and that's when people want to introduce you to their family. So, I try, but I could always be better.
If you win this match against Quinton and the championship, what do you think is going to change about your life?
Well, I'm gonna wear belts everywhere I go. A giant belt.
You're one of the hardest working guys in MMA, and you've done a great job of.
Well, it's because I'm from Augusta, James Brown's hometown. Hardest working man in showbiz. So.
Is that what it is?
No, I think it's completely irrelevant. Sorry.
Best of luck to you at UFC 86. You know I'm pulling for you, and I really hope that you win.
If you're not, I'm gonna beat you up.
That's why I'm pulling for you.
Okay, good. I'm Forrest Griffin, and you're watching the MMA Fix.